Hey guys, Courtney from Move My Blocks here, and I am so excited that we are starting a brand new podcast. And we want to invite you to come and listen to us every single week. There is just way too much in the energy healing world to not do this weekly. So, if you are familiar with energy work, this is going to be a great way for you to build upon what you already know. If you are new to energy work, then we're going to try to make sure that we get as much of the basics as we can in here so you don't feel left out or confused. Okay. And you can always reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you and assist you in any way that we can. So to get started, I want to make sure that you guys know if you want more information about Move My Blocks, head over to our website, movemyblocks.com, and check us out, see who we are, read about us, find out who we are as a company, and make sure that what our philosophy is fits well with what you're trying to do. That's one of the first basic things about energy work is you want to find somebody that really resonates with you and you understand their message and you understand what it is they're trying to do, because that really helps you as a client to really get the most out of the energy work that your practitioner is doing. So even within the Move My Blocks community, we have multiple practitioners, and just try a couple different ones until you find the one that really works for you. Okay, so we're going to get started, and the first thing we're going to be talking about today is what the heck is energy work, right? Some of us just are not familiar with this. So energy moves through our bodies, and we all have energy in our bodies. Okay, there's energy all around us. There's energy in this piece of paper that I'm holding. There's energy in pens. There's energy in the chair that you sit in. Carpet, floor, your clothes. It's just basic science. Okay, there's energy all around us. Some people are more sensitive to it and can feel it, while others can't, and that's perfectly fine, you guys. It's not a big deal. So we have this energy all around us, and we have this energy coming in, moving through our bodies, and exiting out through our bodies. So that's the basic of what energy is. And I'm sure a lot of you guys already learned about this stuff back in like high school, middle school science. Okay. So what on earth does that have to do with your mental and physical health? Well, let's keep going and find out. So we have these different energetic systems within our body. Just like we have a respiratory system, we have a circulatory system, and a muscular system. We have all these systems that work together in our body to help our bodies function and operate at the best level that they possibly can. Well, we have these different energetic systems within our bodies too. We have grids, we have meridians, chakras, auras. There's more than that, but those are just a few of these different systems that we have in our bodies that help support our bodies to operate and function the best that they can. Okay, are you still with me? Good. So some of these systems, we have maps for, like meridians. There is an entrance point and an exit point. And a lot of scientific equipment is now sensitive enough to the point where they can map where it goes in and where it goes out on our bodies, which is pretty cool. So there's scientific evidence backing up what it is I'm talking about right now. Okay, I'm not just blowing smoke. So we have these entrance and exit points for our meridians. We have this grid, that foundational energy that runs throughout our body. We have chakras that bring in good energy to these main centers and distribute it throughout different parts of our bodies. So and they all do different things, and they all have different purposes. Kind of like your muscular system isn't the same as your circulatory system. They have different functions. They work together, they support each other, and when one is out, it tends to affect other areas within your body, but as a whole, it works together. Okay, your energy systems do the exact same thing. Now, I want to give you a little example of feeling stress or feeling energy within your body. Okay, I'm sure either yourself or somebody that has said, that they carry their stress in their back or their shoulders or their neck. And, they'll all of a sudden have a physical pain, but they didn't have anything physical damaging them or hurting them. They're like, oh, I'm really stressed. My neck hurts. Why? Why would your neck hurt when you're stressed out? And, you just kind of wonder, what's the connection? Well, what it is this energy that's flowing through our body has a tendency to store in different areas of our body and back up depending on what's going on with us. Kind of like how we get within our arteries, we can get plaque in there, and it kind of creates a backup and it creates problems, and we need to get the plaque out and move it for our body to function at a healthy pace, right? So we can have that energy get stuck within our energetic systems. And it's usually a negative energy, a lower vibrating emotion that gets stuck within our energetic systems. So all of a sudden you're stressed out and your back starts to hurt or your neck starts to hurt. I have a lot of clients that they actually, instead of carrying it in their neck or their back or their shoulders, they carry it in their gut. So when they get stressed out, all of a sudden their digestive system just goes to crap. That's all there is to it. And it's just because that's where they store their excess emotions and their stress. So if that's something that's happened to you, or somebody who has, that is a perfect example of somebody experiencing energy stuck within their body. Bet you didn't know that's where a lot of that can come from. Now, there's other things that can happen too, but a lot of the times when I'm working with clients, that's what it is. Probably 99% of the time when someone comes to me and says they're stressed, I'm like, oh, let me guess, it's in this system and you're having problems with this. And they're like, hey, how did you know? That's the way it works. Okay, so a couple other things. Our bodies vibrate at a typical frequency. Everybody is different, but you have a frequency that your body vibrates at, okay? If you're happier, it tends to vibrate higher. And if you're sad and depressed, it will vibrate a little bit lower. And our bodies are receptors, and they gather this information of all these different vibrations and all this different stuff around us constantly. So think of a time when you were sitting there and somebody walked into a room and you looked at him, and this is somebody that you know and you're familiar with, and it's not like a random stranger usually. And like your best friend walks into the room and you look at him and you go, what's wrong? And they're like, wait, how did you know something was wrong? It's because your body, as a receptor, picked up on the fact that their body is vibrating at a lower frequency than what it typically vibrates at. Same thing if somebody walks into the room and you're like, why are you so happy? What just happened? They're like, oh, how did you know? My boyfriend just proposed to me, or I just got a promotion at work. Our body picks up on that. So the higher the vibration, it's usually the happier the emotion. There's joy, love, peace. All of those are higher vibrating emotions. Now we have those lower vibrating emotions, just kind of feeling numb or neutral, depressed, anger, sadness, guilt. Those are all lower vibrating emotions. So we go through these emotions every single day, right? Now, sometimes we have high vibrating emotions. Sometimes we have low vibrating emotions, and we're still experiencing these. Now, sometimes those lower vibrating emotions can get stuck within our body. And a lot of the times, we'll go back to the example of your neck or your shoulders or your back hurting because of stress. So let's say you just went through something really stressful and you have this lower vibrating emotion going through your body, and it gets stuck there because that's where you tend to, have it all gathered. It kind of collects. So now you have this lower vibrating emotion in your body in one spot that is not vibrating at the same frequency that the rest of your body vibrates at. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to start to irritate the cells around it. Now, it starts as a little thing and it just irritates the cells around it, just a little bit. Well, what do you think happens with when those cells are irritated and they're not vibrating where they're supposed to be? Well, yeah, they're going to irritate the cells around them. And then they start vibrating off, and that irritates the cells around them. And it continues to spread and go outward until you're like, oh man, my neck hurts, my shoulders hurt. So that is stress, or that is, well, that's what we call stress and the pain in our bodies, but from stress. But that is what happens when we have a lower vibrating emotion stuck in one of our energetic systems. Is not every time when we have a physical pain, but a lot of the times we do. Same with inside your gut. If you're one of those people that kind of bottles things up, a lot of the times we tend to bottle them up inside our digestive system. So it builds and builds and builds, and it starts to irritate the cells around it, which then irritate the cells around that, and it spreads and spreads until all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, my digestive system is completely out of whack. I have no idea why. I didn't change my diet. I didn't change my sleeping patterns. And it's because you went through something stressful, or you had an emotion that was lower than what your body typically vibrates at, gets stuck within your body and starts irritating the cells. And then all of a sudden, you have heartburn, or your stomach just doesn't feel good all the time, and you have no explanation as to why. Your guts start to hurt, so you end up with diarrhea, constipation. Those are all very common if that's where you tend to carry your stress. And let's be honest, 2020 has been a little stressful. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're experiencing more stress than usual and your digestive system is completely out of whack. Or if you carry it in your neck and your shoulders, you're walking around with your shoulders up to your ears because you have so much going on, and it's irritating all those cells, and it's causing problems with those muscles. Okay, so that is energy stuck in your body. Just like before when I said plaque can get stuck within your artery, that negative energy can get stuck within your body. Kind of crazy, huh? So the next question is how the heck do we move it out? Now we know what's going on. We know why we're having these problems. Let's get rid of it. So I want to give you guys a couple of great ways to release that stuck energy. One of my personal favorites, get a massage. I love getting a massage, and I have an amazing masseuse. So getting a massage, they go in and they're manipulating and they're moving and they're pushing on your body, which, imagine you have like a straw and there's a berry, like you're drinking some type of smoothie and a berry gets stuck in there. A piece of strawberry is now stuck in your straw. Okay. You kind of suck on it and you're like, crap, this thing's really stuck in there. So what do? You kind of grab the straw and you kind of squeeze it a little bit, right where the berry is stuck, to kind of mash it up a little bit. You suck on the straw and all of a sudden you're just like, ooh, okay, yeah, berry came out and now you're choking on a berry, right? Okay. It's the same type of thing with a massage, that negative energy gets stuck within our body and they start moving it, minus the choking part, obviously. They start moving it and they're manipulating it and they're getting it going and they're releasing it from your body. Okay. Another great way to move energy is journal. Yeah, journaling moves negative energy. It helps you process what it is that you're going through or something old that you've gone through. You can journal about old things and it will still help move that energy out. So, next time you start feeling really yucky and your guts start hurting and that's where you carry your stress, or your neck or your shoulders start hurting, grab a piece of paper and write. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be spelled right. It doesn't have to have correct punctuation and grammar. Okay? Just write, get it out. And what it's doing is it's getting that energy out of your body. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Another great way to release stuck energy is move. Get up and move. Yoga is great. You're twisting your body, you're stretching your muscles. That is a great way to get that energy out. Lifting weights is another amazing way of getting stuck energy out of your body. Going for a walk, running, jogging, swimming, all those different ways that you can exercise are great ways to get that stuck energy out of your body. And you'll notice that as you do some of these different activities, your body does physically change. You know, you kind of have to wonder, okay, how come writing in a journal will make my shoulders feel better? That is kind of weird, but give it a try. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So that right there is the basics of energy and energy work. And what an energy healer does, or an energy worker, it's the same thing. A lot of people use them interchangeably, and that's perfectly fine. What they do is they go in and they find things within your body that need to be moved out, and they move them out for you. So here at Move My Blocks, what we recommend is for our clients to make a list of behaviors they have that they want to break, like negative self-talk. That's a big one, you guys. That is a bad thing to have. And finding out why you do that is it's instrumental in being able to break that cycle. Yes, there are other ways to break that cycle, but I have found that energy work really is a great, quick way to do that. Other things that you can do with energy work are sometimes you can work on physical pains. Now, if you slam your finger in the door, your finger's hurting because it just got slammed in the door. But if your digestive system is completely out of whack and you really don't have a reason for it, that you can say, hey, I slammed my finger in the door, that's why it hurts. But you can't do that with your digestive system. You're like, oh, I don't know why it's hurting. Try using energy work. Call one of our practitioners at Move My Blocks and set up an appointment, and you will be pleasantly surprised at what you'll find out and what can happen. Okay. Other things that energy workers and energy healers can work on are your kids. We work on kids all the time, and spouses. Okay, I have a really funny story for you. I had one of my clients come to me and say, hey, every time my husband and I get into a fight, he leaves. And I just want to sit down and talk about it. Is there anything we can do about that? Like, we can give it a try. She's like, oh, but by the way, he's not going to come see you because that's just not his thing. And he doesn't even know I'm asking you to work on this. I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. And, we worked on him real quick. Now, when we work on somebody who isn't there, it's kind of like we're making a little basket for him. So we put all these fun little things in this basket and we deliver it to them. And it's up to them if they want to accept that basket or not and what's in it. Okay. So it's not like we're forcing these changes on people. That is our intention, is that we're going to create this basket of all of these wonderful things that are going to help you, and we're going to deliver it to you, and then you can decide what you choose to do with it. So that is how we operate at Move My Blocks. So I worked on her husband, and she came back to me about 2 weeks later. She's like, man, I got to tell you. All right, what's going on? She goes, I really need to be careful what I'm asking for. I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? She goes, well, we got into an argument, and I was expecting him to turn around and walk out the door just like he always does. And he sat on the couch. He's like, hey, let's talk about this. She's like, whoa, what? And he wanted to talk about it. And all of a sudden she realized, she's like, wait a minute. I just wanted him to leave so I could process it. And then we could talk about it. She goes, so I really need to be careful what I ask for, because now I just want him to go so I can figure things out. And he just wants to stay and talk about things now. So energy work is super powerful, and it's amazing, you guys. It is so cool, and it is so fun to do. Now, at Move My Blocks, I just want to tell you a little bit. I get the question all the time, you know, or they always say to me, my clients always are telling me, I could never do what you do. And I just kind of chuckle and I'm like, actually, yeah, you can. You could do this. I promise it's not that hard. Excuse me. And they're like, no, no, I don't have any gifts. I don't have any special talents. Like, well, guess what? When I started, I didn't know what mine were either. And when I started years and years and years ago, I had no idea I had special gifts. I had no idea I had these talents. The thing is, you guys, when you start doing energy work, you start to discover what your gifts are, what what your talents are. Because let me let you know a little secret. You've got them. You have them. You just may not be aware. You may think that everybody else does that. That's common. People just don't talk about it because everybody does it. Or maybe it's just a talent you haven't quite, nurtured yet. And so now in this environment of doing energy work and working on yourself and your friends and your family and helping them to heal and helping them to live the best life that they possibly can by releasing old stuff from the past, you're like, hey, I had no idea I could hear things. I know things and I don't know why. Or I had no idea that I would have these images popping into my mind. I had no idea that I could feel what other people were feeling. That's just 3 gifts of the many gifts out there. And when you start doing energy work, you start to discover what your gift is. And your gift is unique and it's different. And I am so excited that, that we all have these. And you do too. I know you're sitting there going, oh, no, no, I don't. Yeah, I promise you, you do. You have a gift. You have a talent. You just may not know what it is yet. Okay, so I promised I would try to keep these fairly short every week because let's face it, we're all busy. We all have a busy life and we all have things that we have to get done. So hopefully this was just the perfect amount of time for you to listen to on your drive to work or while your kids were eating breakfast this morning. So as always, I want to remind you guys that we are here to help. If you have any questions, reach out to us at movemyblocks@gmail.com, and we would be happy to help you in any way that we can. I promise, we do enjoy helping people. That's the only reason that we started this company, okay? Be sure to follow us on our Instagram page and our Facebook page. Both of them, our handle is Move My Blocks. Pretty simple. If you want to schedule an appointment with one of our practitioners, you are welcome to jump over to movemyblocks.com and pick from the ones that we have there. Give a few a try. Check it out. See if you can find the one that works best for you. We're adding new practitioners all the time. We have so many people going through training right now that our page is going to be exploding here soon. And we've got lots to pick from. Okay, so if you want to schedule an appointment, head over to Move My Blocks, find a practitioner that works for you. If you're ready to learn how to do energy work, we train how to do that too, which is why we have Move My Blocks certified practitioners. It's a great method, you guys. It's a lot of fun, and we do live support every single week for anybody who's been in the program or is in the program, and there's a lot of laughing going on weekly, let me tell you. So if you're ready to learn, head over to Move My Blocks and check out our online training. Just so you know, our online training is not new. This is not forced because of 2020. We did not take a program and try to turn it into an online training program. This program has been there for years now, and it was set up specifically for online training. So if you're ready to learn energy healing, go check it out. We have a short little sample class that you can try to see if this is a good fit for you. Okay. Be sure to check us out next week on our podcast and on our YouTube channel. And we are going to be discussing muscle testing. It's going to be so fun. I love muscle testing. It is the basics of Move My Blocks. You're going to love it too. And if you don't know what it is, definitely check us out. It's just fun. It's a great way to learn to communicate with your body. It's one of my favorites. And my kids. So they love to muscle test too. They muscle test all the time. And they're only 7 and 9. And they've been muscle testing for years. It's that easy. All right, guys. I am so excited you joined us today. And I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Please reach out to us if you guys have questions. We would love to answer them for you. Go ahead and, put them in the comments. Jump over to our website. Email us at movemyblocks@gmail.com. We're here and we're happy to help. All right. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and we'll see you next week.